Hey Cancers, welcome back to Deku Tarot and welcome to your June 29th through July 5th weekly tarot and astrology. Wow, I can't believe we're already going into July. Happy birthday to my lovely Cancers. Sorry I had to take a little time off with some serious things happening in my personal life, and I'm not going to go into the details. But I really have needed some time off, and honestly, I could really use a week off at some point this summer. So I'm going to try to plan a vacation because honestly, 2020 has been holding no punches. It has just been it's been a lot. And I feel like in terms of the astrology, it has a lot to do with that, and especially, Uranus and Taurus. I don't know. Let me know how you guys are doing, especially you Cancers and Capricorns actually as well. With all the eclipses the past few years, let me know how you guys are doing in the comments below, and especially how that last eclipse fared for you guys. I want to know. So we're not going to get too into the astrology. I might, if I do end up having time and energy. And again, thank you guys so much for being patient with me. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you haven't, do make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out your videos for your other placements like your rising. I'm actually a Cancer rising, so I actually connect a lot more with your readings, Cancers. But anyways, so I'm not going to get too into the astrology. I think I might do a separate video on that lunar eclipse in your opposite sign, your 7th house, Capricorn. That's happening again on July 5th. And that's going to be, did I say new moon or did I say full moon? It's going to be a full moon. If I said new moon, I apologize. But we'll talk about that. We'll see how that comes up in the reading. I'm sure it'll come up. We're in the middle of all this like triple round of eclipses. I think your eclipse was called the Ring of Fire. Fancy. But let's see what the Hobbit Tarot here has to say about your week ahead. We have Mercury also retrograding your sign. The sun is in your sign, and with so many planets, not just in Capricorn, but retrograding in Capricorn, including Saturn, which is in Capricorn and will start its retrograde this week on July 2nd, and that will end on December 14th. So we have so many planets retrograding in the 7th house of relationships, especially, again, if you're a Cancer rising. That's what it's going to associate with the houses, but again, figure out what your rising is to figure out, what houses, your house system is. Sorry, a card dropped out there. Ooh, and it's a good one. But that's a lot of focus on relationships, a lot of focus on the energy of your opposite sign. And I think, not only with the eclipses focusing on you in Capricorn over the past, I think since like 2018-ish, with the nodes being in your sign, now they're not. So I think this might actually be the last of your eclipses here for a while. But it's brought a lot of change for you guys, and I've seen that a lot in Capricorns and Cancers. It's been an interesting few years for you guys. Ooh. And it feels almost like we're closing out all that transformative energy. Oh, we will take these cards here. I have to say there's quite a few major arcana. I see. Okay. Some of you might have... Oh, this is a very interesting one. Like, the cards keep on like unfolding out of the other ones. And usually, sometimes I don't take them that way, but they're really just, oof, this week. Wow, where do we begin? Let's start in the middle here with the only kind of concerning area, because everything else is really beautiful, really bright. Your card is here on the table, and when your card shows up, your major arcana that represents you, for me, that's a big yes, a big positive sign in the reading that things are going in the right way. We also have literally the sun and your card here bookending the reading, the sun in your sign. There's a lot of happiness, a lot of joy to be had, and I'm sorry about the lighting. It's kind of early in the day, and I don't know, it's overcast and it's hitting the table really weird. So I apologize for the cards like being blown out here. But the sun, let me just hold it back here. I'll just hold them here for now. The sun and the Chariot, again, it just feels like there's a lot of joy in your life right now, and you need to express this joy to yourself, focusing on you know, your own happiness, focusing on what makes you joyful, focusing instead of everybody else, because Cancers sometimes, not sometimes, often we find that you guys are the sign that tend to put others before yourself. You know, we care a lot for other people. We're kind of known to be the maternal sign or a more nurturing sign here, and it's pretty true. But you need to make sure to take care of yourself as well. So your season here, you know, as we enter our new, really, it's kind of a new year for you guys when the sun enters your sign each year, annually. It's a time for you to start to shift the focus to yourself, what you've learned, what you've done in the past year, and how you might need to change for the better for you. And I would say the only big holdup here, like I was saying in the beginning, is this kind of energy here in the middle, which is the Ace of Swords reversed. And for me, that feels like sometimes it can be a loss, sometimes it can be a big no. But for this, I feel like there's a sense of confusion, a lack of clarity about when we've needed to leave something, and we've been hemming and hawing about walking away from something, someone. And when you get that Eight of Cups, Two of Pentacles there to define it, it's been difficult, and you can't really define why, for a lot of you, why it's been so difficult. But I feel this week that you might be leaving people, I mean, especially I'm getting the sense of like people in relationships that have not put you first. And I'm really excited to do your monthlies because I've been picking up on your energy all week, and I'm going to actually start shooting the monthlies starting this coming week. So keep an eye out for those. But I have a good sense, I think, of where you guys are at. And you guys are at the beginning of letting something or someone, again, like I was just saying, a relationship that has not been fair to you. You have given a lot to this. You have given a lot to this person, this situation, this job, for some of you. But again, it feels for a lot of you like a relationship, a friendship, a person. And it hasn't been worth it. No matter what you do and what you give, this person never seems to give what you are willing to give. And it's a sense of power that they seek in this situation that maybe you're just realizing. And a relationship like this, whether again like this hits in love or relation, again, I'm gonna I think focus more on the relationship aspects. That's where it seems to be hitting for me for this reading here. It's a sense of needing to let that go. We have to let somebody or something go that has continuously held affection over us or held something over us for power. They chose to take the power from the situation rather than the love, rather than making this an equal footing or an equal relationship, an equal give and take. They withheld for the power, and that's not your problem, and it's not your fault. I think you have been coming to grips with this for a while. Maybe we haven't been able to face it fully head on and say it in those words of this person or situation might have been using me and not giving me something simply to keep me exactly where I am, giving what I'm giving. And that's not fair. The High Priestess says, you have the keys, you have the answers. Maybe you've known this. Maybe you have just had a feeling about this, but it will come burgeoning, I think, as we, and I don't even think this is a weekly thing. This might take all month for you guys to work out. And again, we'll address that in the monthly because this feels like a bigger awakening for you guys. And I don't want to say like, let that person go through all of this week, because this could take some time. And let's go here. The World. What a beautiful card again for the sun being in your sign, for your solar return, for your new year. It's time to open up a new chapter. It's time to close the old. It's time to complete something in a really big way. And know that wherever you're headed, even if, again, it feels confusing or it might feel a little bit like you're not quite there yet, you're going to get there, wherever it is you've been trying to get to. If you've been trying to manifest something, you've had a goal, you've had something that you've had to put off for a long time, deal with other things. Because June and July, I mean, June has been crazy, May was crazy. If you had to put something or something that you really wanted to do off, something that meant a lot to you, it might even just be like work or something. If you had to put something off, it's all coming together in a really beautiful way. And it will get done. You will get there. So don't feel too confused or stressed about it. You have other things that you need to work through right now. And like the Knight of Wands, you're going to have to approach everything With this kind of energy, it feels this week, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of talking, there's also possibly, again, conversations with people that are very enlightening, it feels to me. Because sometimes I see him as a message, sometimes I see him as, moving or, following your passion. But for me, this feels like a really enlightening conversation that gets you going. I don't know, with somebody where you read something, but it feels like you're talking with somebody that's very passionate and really sees you in a different light that maybe you've needed to see. And that kind of wakens you up to needing to do something more for yourself, needing to focus more on your happiness and put aside maybe how you juggle that. Leaving whatever is, holding you back behind. If somebody or something isn't giving you that right now, why worry about it? Why put in the effort? You're great, you're amazing, you don't need this. You've got so many other good things that are just starting to come in here. Oof, this is a beautiful spread here. Let's not get it too complicated. Let's just pull an oracle now. All right, Cancers. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to check me out over on Instagram. I'm going to start posting back on there again. I took a little bit of a social media break over the past few weeks. I just think it's really healthy to do that. And sometimes when you don't have a lot to give and you are like, why am I here? That it's time to step away from social media platforms and take care of yourself. Take care of what makes you happy. It can't just be all for the show of it. You know what I mean? Anyways. Ooh. Destiny. Your active power is the key to your destiny. Like a sacred flute player enticing your truth of spirit out into the light of day. Own your power because you are made of power. And active power comes from a place of passion within your deepest being. It is an expression of your totality, of who you are in the world. To find your active power is to live your dreams. What would you do if you could do anything? Discover what that is and then do it. To find your power is to find your destiny. And I have to say, I was going to actually name your video for July, Finding Your Power, or Taking Your Power, because I just feel like you guys are so empowered right now. And you have such an energy to you this month where things that held you back before, and even just this week, I mean, I feel like it's just beginning this week, but I know because of these cards that this is going to be an all-month thing for you, an all-month theme of growth, of like a level of power that you have not yet exerted, and that suddenly you just seem to be able to do. You're done, messing around. You're done dealing with people's BS. You're done taking scraps from people when you give, the whole plate. You're like, I'm out of here. Like, are you serious? No. I'm way too powerful for this, and I'm going to direct it somewhere that's way better for me, right? Okay. Anyways, Cancers, I love you guys so much. You have such a good energy. Wow. I'm so excited to do your July reading. So keep an eye out for that. I love you guys so much. If you want to book a reading, all my information is below in the description box. If you want to use my code Deku30 for 30% off of any astrology chart analysis, compatibility analysis, numerology analysis from Truly Divine, that's also in the description box below. Check them out. They're a wonderful, wonderful service. I love them. And have a wonderful and blessed week, guys. Happy birthday. Namaste.